Why do I look so much taller than you?
Good morning. I can sit tall. I can sit tall too. Good morning. How are you doing? Great morning. Weary.
I am
The word.
so tired.
Am I allowed to say that? Yeah, I
Weary?
feel weary too.
Yeah.
And I felt like weary for a long time, and I feel weary today. I feel like I'm not motivated, or I'm just like, is it lazy? I don't know if I'm lazy. I just feel like
I don't think you're lazy.
I like the word weary.
You do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, is it like yeah, maybe it's our bodies telling us we've been under stress for so long, and we did the COVID, and then now we're doing this reno, and it's like we're at the tail end of it, and now I feel weary. I think that's okay. Is that okay to feel weary and just take breaks?
Go to bed earlier.
Go to bed. Do we go to bed? Like, we don't go to bed late. We're not
We
late
don't
people.
go to bed late.
No, we're like old people. Not old people. Like when I hear somebody say that they go to bed at 9:00, I'm like, that seems early. And maybe the people need maybe those people get up at like 4 a.m, 5 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
My friend has a whole life before he goes to work, like literally walks dogs and does stuff, and yeah. I think it's good. I enjoy that, but right now I'm in a state of weary. How do you get out of a state of weary? Just rest?
Yeah. I think that's your only choice.
Or push through like a
Yeah.
real man would.
Exercise might help.
Yeah. See?
But so I was thinking of anyway, going for walks again.
Oh, let's go for a walk. Let's start the morning walks
Someone
again.
told me, I talked to someone the other day and they said, "Oh, I think we live in the same neighborhood. I always see you guys walking." And I was like back when we used to walk.
What do you mean always? What's your
Did we walk last summer or the summer before?
No, we walked every summer.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not a walker. I am a horrible walker. I have 2 feet like most people in this world. I have shoes. I don't have any heart problems. I'm not a smoker. There's no reason I should be a bad walker, but I'm a bad walker. I'm a slow walker.
I thought you were going to talk about your short little legs.
Yeah, but I used to be a very fast boy. Like when I played high school football, and I was one of the fastest guys all the time.
Who's reading today?
I had these incredible legs that took me very fast. I was very fleet. I was very quick on my feet. I was very fast. I could jump really high. I could hit the basketball net
right.
10 feet up.
You're fine.
But now, like walking, I am dysfunctionally Like I'm not a good walker. Slow. How about we go for walks and I take the scooter? I can just scooter beside you.
Yeah, would
defeating the purpose. Is the purpose actually the walking or the getting outside?
Both. So
I would only be benefiting 50%.
I once went to my doctor.
I'm fine with 50%, by the way. You went to your doctor, sorry.
It's okay. No, I once went to my doctor and asked for medication. And she said, "Yep, here's your prescription." And she gave me a piece of paper that basically said and she talked about it too, but go for walks outside. And she's like, outside, like not a treadmill. You need to go outside and be looking outdoors and breathing in the air. And anyway, there's a bunch of other things, but she had a whole prescription. She had these free websites to go to and all kinds of things. Did I do any of that?
I think you did some of it.
Not for a year later.
Oh, wow. You just had to get the right time.
When have I ever gone to the doctor and she gave me a prescription for a painful tooth? That's never happened to me. But anyway, let's say I went to the doctor for antibiotics and got the prescription. Would I take it home with me and wait a year before I go fill it?
Take it a year later, yeah.
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's silly. That's silly goose stuff.
Right? All right. March 18th. So...
The struggle is real, eh? I think it's harder the older we get, and we're not old. We're not literally old people. Although somebody in our church said they loved seeing the multi-generational aspect to our church. And I'm like, we don't even have any old people. And then I'm like,
oh, they were talking
we're the old people.
What did Karen say?
The sunshine yesterday helped get out for a while.
Yes.
All right. Awesome, Karen. Good morning.
Morning.
Here we go with our morning meditation,
All
taking an idea out of a book, and we'll roll around with it today.
Living with an alcoholic distorted my thinking in many ways, but particularly in one. I blamed all my problems on the bottle. Now I am learning in Al-Anon to look squarely at each difficulty, not seeking whom to blame, but to discover how my attitude helped to create my problem or aggravate it. I must learn to face the consequences of my own actions and words and to correct myself when I am wrong. Accepting responsibility is essential to becoming mature. Whether the alcoholic is drinking or not, I will not look for a scapegoat to excuse my own faults. Today's reminder. There is no advantage, no profit, no growth in deceiving myself merely to escape the consequences of my own mistakes. When I realize this, I know I will be making progress. Quote for today: we must be true inside, true to ourselves before we can know a truth that is outside us. But we make ourselves true inside by manifesting the truth as we see it.
That's a mind twister, but I feel like you say that all the time.
No man is an island. That is Thomas Merton. No man is an island.
I would have thought that was a Vicky Ruby quote. It's just a little more trick. The thing that I was laughing at is, do you feel that sometimes you wake up and go, I'm not going to be mature today.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to accept responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to find scapegoats and I'm going to scapegoat the crap out of them. And we're the old people.
I don't have to look for scapegoats. I just have one. Well, it used to be my job.
Oh.
Like, I have this stressful job and da-da-da-da-da.
That's me. Is it me?
No, it's just you. You're my
Scapegoat. The when I learned that word, would you hazard a guess of where I learned that word? Scapegoat?
No.
This is my education coming into play. The Lord of the Flies. Piggy was the scapegoat. We learned that in English class.
Yeah.
Yeah, the conch, the Lord of the Flies, Piggy.
And so
I'm your Piggy.
That the concept is that I blame everything on the alcoholic. And if I'm not living with an alcoholic, but I'm living with maybe a husband who doesn't help out around the house or is really focused on his work and, not present, or if I have whatever other difficult situation, like whatever it is that I'm using to distract me from what's really going on inside myself. That's the concept.
But being aware, I think, only comes from the healing process of recovery. It shows us the mirror and we get to really see the cast of characters. And I think one of the hardest things is accepting responsibility. It is fun and freeing, but accepting responsibility for the problems that I have are within me and not everything outside of me. That's actually the hope of recovery and a hope of a relationship with God, is that nothing on the outside actually has to change.
Right.
But I will be okay on the inside. So there. What are the words? They were really hard. Like, the hardest one was take responsibility.
Yeah.
What were the other ones?
Accepting responsibility is essential to becoming mature.
So if you want to become mature today, I think it's a daily maturity. Is it? Or do you become mature? It's a progression of maturity. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes I think I can get more mature, but then some days I'm like, I'm not going to be mature today.
And I think I like this sentence, that we can discover how our attitude helps to create our problems or aggravate them.
Say that again.
So instead of seeking to blame, we can seek to discover how our attitude helped to create our problem or aggravate it.
So then how do I mature? I believe that I continue growing in my relationship with God. Mm-hmm. And then I get to see what I need to see. I get to take responsibility because there's actually a payoff of taking responsibility. There's a freedom to it. There's a joy to it. Mm-hmm. And there's a fellowship and community and unity and peace and all of those things that the relationship that I have with God pays off to the world around me. And so accepting responsibility some days is harder than others.
It's so true.
Especially when you're weary. That's why we need to get out and walk. Let's pick up our staff and walk sometime when we feel like it. Maybe in a year from now. All right. Much love. Keep the peace. Be of good behavior. And accept the responsibility today. Just for today. Maybe not tomorrow. All right. Goodbye. We almost kissed on camera.
No, we didn't.
All right.